So I celebrated a birthday recently. Yeah. Harry Potter themed. Sit alone in a cupboard and wondered if anyone loved me. It's not a cheerful book series. I never understand why people have Harry Potter themed birthdays. But it works when you get older. Like I feel like getting older in New York when you're a woman is just hard. There's so much like expectations on you, like so much pressure. Like I walk down the street now and like all people see is this like craggy old middle-aged lady. I'm 26. It's like 35 in LA years. Like it's not gonna get much better for me. A couple weeks ago I got an IUD. It's pretty exciting. For those who don't know, that's a form of birth control that your doctor inserts by shooting a dart into your uterus when Trump gets elected president. That's what that is. They're pretty good. Got a hormonal one. It's gonna last one presidential term. You get really paranoid, you get the copper ones for 2 presidential terms. It's good investment. Really the only problem is it kind of just hurts to get it like put in. So when I told a couple of my friends I was getting it, they're like, why are you gonna do that? It's gonna hurt so much. And I'm like, yeah, it'll hurt, but like, so will pregnancy and crippling debt. That hurts much longer. I don't know. And then I'm also just thinking about you guys, like humanity. Like, I'm definitely not someone who should have kids. I'm not. Like, if I leave a building through a door I don't normally go through, like, I'll get lost. We don't need more of that going around right now. It's like enough problems. I get the pressure though. Like, I have a lot of friends and family who are like getting married, having kids, and it's like I am happy for them, but mostly I'm happy for me. So it's not my life right now. It makes me feel like very good because I'm only responsible for myself. So someone tried to convert me to Christianity on the street the other day. It was fun. It's like, I get it, they're doing their job, God's work, but like, I don't have time for salvation. I don't know about you guys. So like, I did that New Yorker thing where you say like, no thanks and run away really quickly, but I wasn't paying attention, so I ran straight into traffic. So like, to any outsider, it looked like someone was like, hey, do you have time to talk about the Lord? And I said, no thanks, and jumped in front of a taxi. Which is like really dumb, but I think it's kind of badass too, because it's like, it's one thing to say you jump into traffic if someone tries to talk to you about Jesus. Doing it, whole different thing. It was kind of like he came up to me and was like, hey, do you care what happens to your soul when you die? And I was like, no, let me demonstrate. I really don't. I survived though, it's a miracle. I think that makes me Jesus now. That's how that works. I've never really understood the hype about Jesus. Like, I like Jesus, he seems like a cool guy. I'm just not looking for anything long term right now. It's true. I'm very single, but I've like leveled up in my singleness, I think. Like early 20s single versus mid 20s single is different. Like my new level is like, if I go missing, it will take my friends and family a couple days to figure it out. Like maybe a week if we're talking about a long weekend, like gotta give people time to get their shit together. It's fine though. It's like you just adopt new habits to kind of protect yourself, like going out. That's a new concept. I never understood that before. Like I was like, why do you want to go out to a bar where you can't hear each other? Like, doesn't make any sense to me. Now I'm like, oh, wait. You leave the apartment and go stand in front of a group of people, so you have a group of people who've seen you last alive. If you go missing, police can track you down. It's great. That's what that's about. Or, like, keeping receipts. I always thought that was, like, a financial responsibility thing, and it's like, no. It's like a piece of paper that says, like, where you were and what time. Maybe a cashier that saw what direction you walked into. It's like, it's great. Great safety for single people. I think the last habit though is like just for me. It's like a personal thing. Like now that when I'm alone at the apartment, I just watch horror movies. Sounds like awful, but it's like if you're single, that's the easiest way to go from being sad you're alone to praying that you're alone. It's like just about attitude, guys. Live in your dreams. And I was in a relationship a while back. It was really unhealthy. Like. He taught me about Seamless and Delivery.com and Domino's, like very unhealthy relationship. So we broke up. I like tried to get back on track with health. I like ate well, exercised. Went to the doctor though, and they did blood work, and they're like, hey, it's too late. You have prediabetes. My first thought was like, fuck. Gotta call my ex and tell him to get tested. It's serious business. Safe sex, guys. I don't know. Like I've been single and dating in New York for a couple years, and it's like it can be really shitty. Like I feel like dating in New York is like an episode of Punk'd where Ashton Kutcher doesn't show up. Just sitting around, everything's confusing, and you're like, are we canceled? What's going on? I don't know. Especially like lately, the last couple of dates I've been on, it's just like the entire vibe is like I feel like I'm a stepmom trying to like connect with my angry stepson. I was going out with this guy, and it was literally like I'd ask him like, oh, how was your day? And he'd be like, fine. I'd be like, what'd you do? And he's like, oh, nothing. And I'd be like, can you put down our phone? Like, trying to have a conversation with you. He'd like run into his room and start playing Metallica. We did it for 6 months. It was great. I don't know, like, I just feel like the rules have changed. Like, I spent an entire weekend with a guy, and at the end of it, he's like, I'll text you. And I was like, oh, man, a whole text just for me? You really know how to make a girl feel special. So romantic. What are you gonna do next? Ask me out for drinks or something? Oh, man. I did get asked on a date a while back. It's pretty cool. Went on a date with a guy from my improv class. That's how you know he's a catch. It was really cute and like a straight guy with a face sort of way. That's what I look for. It was good. We had a good time, or at least I thought. I texted him like the next day, letting him know that, and he never texted me back. So it was like he was ghosting me. But like you usually ghost someone you meet from an app, not someone you know in real life who you see every week. I was like, I don't know if you're trying to trick. You're just trying to be an asshole. But I really don't understand it because he had asked me on a date. Like I hadn't like put any effort. It was like the only explanation, because I'm a catch and I'm fabulous, is that someone hired him as a hitman against me, but not like a murder hitman, like an emotional one. Like I think I had some enemy like hire him in an alleyway and be like, you need to destroy Scarlet Meyer. He's like, what do you want me to do? Break her kneecaps? And then my enemy was like, no, take her on a date and never call her back. And like it seems genius to me though, because it's like I would never hire a hitman to kill someone, but like I definitely hire a hitman to emotionally cripple someone. Especially if you like knew the job would get done, like excellent. So into that. I spent part of the year kind of unemployed, which is like it's always funny when you're a comedian because it's like you always have your unemployment material to go back to. It's not like a question of like when will you see it again. It's like you will see it again. That's fine, guys. I actually left this job. I really liked it, but it was like just feeling very creatively stifling. Like I just knew to like further my career, I had to like get out there and see what else was on the market. Also, they didn't want me to work there anymore. That helped me make that decision. It's like I have a hard time finding jobs though. Like I'm part of one of the most heavily discriminated against groups in America. We're on the news. I think you know who I'm talking about. Introverts. Introverts have it really tough, man. Especially in New York. Like the job market's so competitive that like people don't have to hire introverts if they don't want to, and they'll get away with it because like we're never gonna unionize. It's no revolution for us. Like too much social anxiety for sure. It's hard though. Like I try to make a good impression, but like I always just end up like stuttering or stumbling over my words or doing something weird. So it's like it's basically like C-3PO from Star Wars goes to the interview. But like, so just imagine the robot that's like more useless than the beeping trash can. Like that's the impression I'm making on employers. It's great. But like, I get down about it sometimes because like, I think about it. I think of all human history, and I'm like, someone gave John Wayne Gacy a job. They won't give me a job. Someone looked at him in his creepy ass clown makeup and was like, "There's a man we can trust with our lives." Employers look at me and they're like, we don't trust you to answer the phone. Get out of here, you monster. My new thing is power positions. You guys know about that? It's like kind of a thing that you do to like kind of increase your confidence, like a position you like do in the elevator before the interview. My favorite one is like hanging from the ceiling waiting to attack. I feel very dominant. You guys are great. Thank you so much for coming out.